We're having a GRN conversation with Ligon Duncan, and our concern is sanctification.
Right.
You've been preaching for 2 decades now. That's hard to believe, isn't it? And teaching in the seminary. What have you learned about sanctification that you think is important to the kind of debates we're having today?
Well, one thing is, I think all of us know the older you grow in the Christian life, the more maturity you have in the Christian life, the deeper the specific disappointments are with your lack of growth in certain areas. And I think actually understanding that is a key to understanding some of the mistakes that are being made in the area of sanctification today. Because I think sometimes people are so beaten down by certain besetting sins that they look for a silver bullet, a golden key that's going to solve everything. And there isn't one of those in sanctification. Sanctification is a long obedience in the same direction. It's a hard slog sometimes.
I say it's agricultural, not machine metaphors.
Absolutely true.
You don't press a button, you plow and you pray, and the rain comes.
That's exactly right. And you can show that in the Christian life of so many of the heroes of the New Testament, and then of course of the believers in all of the Bible. And I think because of that, we need to encourage people that sanctification, though it can be discouraging to the mature Christian, is actually something that is vital for our hope in the Christian life. Progressive sanctification is not bad news. In fact, if I did not believe in progressive sanctification, I'd give up right now. Right. If I thought that I'm never, ever going to grow any more than where I am right now, I'd want to end it all.
Wouldn't that be
so progressive sanctification, the liberation that we get from the dominion of sin and the bondage of sin, just like you said, Rick, that's good news. That's not bad news. And I think we can be realistic about the struggles of sanctification without giving up on it. And that's what I want to encourage guys.
Now, you think that someone who feels that they're just under a besetting sin and they're not making progress, you think of so many people with pornography or those sorts of things. So they don't even want to hear about sanctification.
That's right.
Then. And they're just sort of feeling so bad, and that's a mistake then.
Right. Yeah, and so when teachers come along and say, here's the good news, God accepts you as you are, and it doesn't matter if you don't change. And of course, the message of the New Testament is not God accepts you, and so it doesn't matter how you live. It's God accepts you, and so change is finally now possible.
And certain in the end.
News. Yes,
certain
absolutely.
in the end.
Absolutely.
And well, thank you, Ligon.